Hello dear traders. For today's session I decided to cover US dollar index. I will speak about the euro and pound and the gold. But I will start with the US dollar currency index first. So what I found here and what I suggested you in my previous forecast is basically that I overall expected the more bold stance on the US dollar index. So more strength on the US dollar. We got basically a confirmation. We had like 2 trading days ago when we get a consolidation of upside breakout. It was more like something I call the knee pattern on the stochastic. It was basically fast line tried to kiss, I will say. We call it kiss the slow line, but it failed actually to break to the downside and then regain the power. It's basically pretty good at bull continuation sign. Since then, we're just keeping building the higher highs and higher lows on the daily time frame, and I don't see the reason why we cannot see at least test of the 93, for example, 93.50 and then 93.69 or 93.70, which is the swing high from August 20th, right? So I see overall still positive reading on the US dollar index, which will definitely mean if I right now switch to the pound or the euro, or let's go to the euro, definitely mean that the euro can go even more lower, trying to visit August 19th, right, low around 1.1670, right? And we're literally like 35 pips away from that low. Everything started, and whole this bear run basically started when we got a rejection of this pivot and bear cross and the climax and so many good stuffs around for the bear side for position traders. And I mentioned about that position play to the downside. Since then, we never had actually a quite big reversal or something like that, and still keep going down with this downside, with the selling side, right? So if you're like intraday trader, then definitely watch for sell on the rallies intraday using the intraday frames. If you're position trader and you're holding the position, the short position from days ago, then you can still hold a bit just to see how the price will react eventually around 1.1665. So that is the level of interest that I'm seeing here. A pound dollar, or let's say gold. Gold is pretty similar. Not the same, although. See, we reached that pivot at 1755. But we got a new low on the slow line. And I don't see this will be any critical important pivot. If you check like right now where we got a bear crosses on hourly. We get a close price reversal, bear cross, 15-minute time frame. We didn't have any bear divergence yet, although, but we got some bear crosses, right? 4-hour went into some extreme. The reason that we got this rally this morning was basically went 1, 2, 3 pushes lower, and we back into some kind of the mean. So technically, I can see this go a little bit further upside. Maybe then we create some kind of the divergences on the top on the intra frames, and then eventually we can see some downside run. For now, I'll say a more like a balancing process. We got a sell-off day, a neutral day. Today is another neutral day, but more like a bull. We traded below the previous day and regained the power, so there is a more bull tone. But again, watch still to sell on the rallies overall. In the next period, if you see some divergences on intra frames, maybe we reach mean and start to resume this downside trend, and you can watch for bear opportunities around that stage and eventually retest at 1740. So that will be about the goal. And basically to complete this, I will go with it was a one reverse the mean play here. We'll reach the mean and resold here. But look at the pound on the daily. It looks pretty negative and seems like really pound is trying to retest 1.3600 zone. It's right now in the late stage of that when the dead breakout happened right here. But you know, selling on the rallies and watching to sell on the rallies with a potential objective at 1.3600, 605, I think will be appropriate strategy under current condition. That will be all for today. Trade safe and see you all tomorrow morning.